Go right back to the days of Montego Bay, and he was the reason why I ended up working for NXS back in the day. So reach out and touch somebody way back in 1988. It is 24 minutes after 10 o'clock, 21 degrees downtown, beating the weatherman so far. Next one up is Barbara, 23 degrees, mine 24 degrees today, and believe me, I think we're going to get a lot hotter than that. I really do. We're coming into summer, starting to get the feel for it, you know what I mean? And believe me, it's starting to feel like paradise again. Got to welcome everybody along, so let's do this.
Galaxy 107fm.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107fm. Got to welcome everybody that's joining us this morning on Facebook Live. Nice to have you guys along. Jill Fye is on board. I saw there just a couple of minutes ago come up, so nice to have Jill on board. Of course, we're going to be talking to Kevin and Jill coming out of BC later on this morning, 11 o'clock this morning. Looking forward to meeting those guys. The band Moving Lines, absolutely brilliant. But today, right now, we're talking to Chuck Johnson and Charlie Horse. Yeah, you remember him, remember? Yeah, we've done this before. Check this out.
Hi, this is Chuck Johnson from Chuck Johnson and Charlie Horse. To hear all our music, tune in to Galaxy 107fm.
Yeah, see, I told you you would remember them. And, of course, Chuck has joined us this morning, also celebrating his anniversary. Well, almost, kind of, sort of. It's coming up this week, so they thought they'd stack one in there on a Sunday over there, I presume, being a Monday over here. Get a football game and, you know, a bit of gridiron, and we'll talk about that too. But first of all, if you don't remember Chuck Johnson and Charlie Horse, like I know you do, check this out.
Tell me who's that right? Leader, who's that right?
Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Hi from Rockford, Illinois. Sean Simpson is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Sean. Absolutely love you, and thank you for joining us yet again. It's an absolute pleasure to bring you Chuck Johnson and Charlie Horse. Were you playing with the video then? No? Okay.
Not guilty this time.
Not guilty?
No.
So how's things over there,
We've
Charlie?
only got half of them at the moment.
Doing well. Staying healthy, staying safe, getting things mixed up. We're really close to getting the album mixed, and waiting on a fellow named Dave Harris, who he's done a lot of mastering work for a lot of people. And you know, he's a busy guy, so I wouldn't let anybody else touch my stuff, but you know, as far as mastering goes.
Fair enough.
So,
can I get you to just sit back just a little
You've only
bit?
got half your face.
Yeah, unfortunately we head from your nose down. Hey, I don't mind, but I'm sure everybody else wants to know what you look like. You know what I mean? Dear. So, happy anniversary too from all of us here, my bro. I hope you have enjoyed your Sunday over there.
Yes.
Yes, Sunday here. I'm having to lean in because I'm having trouble hearing you. I'm on this iPad, and the speakers are really weak.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, we'll run with it.
I tell you what, I don't shout too much louder than this anyway, so Barbara tells me to turn up my hearing aid. I don't have one.
Well, you should.
What? Sorry, what?
Actually, you should have a hearing aid.
Barbara,
Yeah.
that is so very cool of you. Thank you for thinking of me like that.
Oh, yeah. Hang on, I'll put some effects in.
Yeah, oh, effects. We go to get effects.
Oh, he's disappeared.
Yeah,
Oh, look at that room. Isn't that cool?
it's fantastic, eh?
Oh, Chuck's what? Oh.
Sorry, I had a fan on. I couldn't hear you.
Was it a male or a female fan?
But it was I don't know.
Look at the bottom of his chin.
So I can't tell.
Okay. Oh well.
It was loud, so I'm thinking it was a female thing.
Yeah, probably was then.
Hey, that's enough of that, you guys. Hey.
Yeah, we think alike. We do. Dear.
That's a better one.
Well, there's tell me who's that right? John Revelator, who's that right? John Revelator, who's that right? John Revelator wrote the book of the 7 seals.
107 Galaxy FM radio beats. Galaxy FM.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Of course, Snakebox on the Altar, joined live coming out of North Carolina by Chuck and Charlie Horse, the man himself. And it's always a pleasure to see you, my friend. Welcome back to Galaxy.
Glad to be back.
Now,
Thank you for having me.
absolute pleasure. Now, just need to... Can I get you to say something again? Just to be... can hardly hear you.
Yeah, I think it's this
That's better.
iPad, man. I think I may have to switch devices.
No, we got it. We got you sorted. Absolutely brilliant.
Okay.
Chuck Johnson and Charlie Horse is what Americana music has always striven to be. A group of outstanding musicians and modern-day troubadours who weave tales of small southern towns and hellfire preachers can testament to that, to the last track. Shuttered cotton mills and down-home philosophers on stage. The upshot is compelling, soulful performances. The band's performances are salted with wry humour as well. And the band camaraderie always invites the audience to interact, pretty much. Been a while since we've seen a lot of bands on stage these days. Are you planning on doing any work yourself just recently?
I don't know. That's such a that's a big decision right now. I love to play for people. I love to do shows, but it's just not safe right now. And that's my choice. People will argue that it is safe, and I worry too much. But you know, I've had a lot of friends drop by the wayside on this COVID stuff, and I'm not ready to go yet, you know, and I'm not going to put myself in danger or anybody else in danger, you know. You could have it, and I'm vaccinated. I know people that's been vaccinated that are getting this stuff and passing away, so it's no joke, man. This Delta variant, it got about 2 of my friends in the last 2 months, and people that I know that I'm associated with, you know, it's just a tough time to think about playing music in front of people. If people want to go out and play music in front of people, God bless them, you know. I'm just not there in my head yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. And believe me, bro, you're preaching to the choir. Literally, you really, really are. We here at Galaxy have all been vaccinated now and had their double shots. Got to admit, second shot knocked me around a little bit, but glad I did that. Having said that, there is minor skirmishes of outbreaks here in New Zealand as well. Auckland, of course, level 3 lockdown still. Waikato, some parts of the Waikato here in New Zealand have got it, and we've heard in the Bay of Plenty where we are right now, there's a case as well, so we need to be able to get all over top of that. So I understand about the doing shows and how you're rather reserved about that. I would be too. But I do feel that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It's got to come sooner or later. Hopefully, they will get it done within the next year or two. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. If people are smart enough, the thing about it here in the States, and I'm not going to tell you which side I fall on. I think you probably kind of know, but it's become a political movement, which is ludicrous to me. But, this my country is so divided right now, man. It breaks my heart. It really does. And the people who are on the right, there's no way you can convince them. And the people on the left, there's no way you can get them to come. It's just a big mess right now. Put on a mask. Put on a mask. Is it going to kill you? The answer is not.
It's true.
Yeah.
Hi, Ryan.
You're quite right. And believe me, I absolutely sympathise with everything you're saying. I really, really do. And believe me, put on a mask. It is the right thing to do. It really, really is.
It's the courteous thing to do.
Yes. Yeah,
If
absolutely.
nothing else, it's just being courteous.
Yes, absolutely. But other than that, believe me, and I'm just looking for it now. I'm being told by my producer, check this out. If you are going to be out and about, don't forget, yes, as Chuck says, put on a mask, but don't forget the 2 metre rule as well. You can actually say to people all around you, which I think is
I think we're going to
fantastic.
get through it. I do. I think we're going to come out the other side of it. I think this is teaching the whole world, not just my country, the whole world a lesson.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I hope it's a well-received lesson.
Exactly. I see here in New Zealand, Pharmac negotiates deal to buy 60,000 courses of COVID-19 drug Molnupiravir. Whatever. I'm no good at that. But initially I was thinking to myself, now why did I get a jab if I could get something that could be orally taken? But the thing is, this is for people who have COVID, okay? And it's to help keep them alive. So that's a good deal. But in the meantime, Ryan Neville's joining us. Nice to have you on board, Ryan. Thank you. Yes, I'm actually wearing a Terry Van Cannon shirt today, to be honest with you. Ryan says he likes the shirt. He really, well, Terry Van Cannon, good friend of ours. And of course, you know Terry as well, don't you, Chuck?
I think I may, yeah.
Yeah, he's a slide steel guitarist.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute master, believe me. And he introduces me to almost everybody in North Carolina. And it's always a pleasure to be able to talk to everybody there. Now, I was looking at this, and believe me, right down the bottom it's got basically your address. Now, is that WV? Is that West Virginia?
Yeah, that's when I was born.
Oh, I
Born
see.
in West Virginia, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was reading the fine print.
That's where my mother's family is. My grandmother's family.
Okay, I understand now, and believe me, my mother always said read the fine print. You know what I mean? So guilty of doing that, I've got to be honest with you. Now, your influences are rock, country, bluegrass, R&B, and soul. Basically, if you throw all of that in a blender, hit frappe, you come out, of course, with Chuck Johnson and Charlie Horse. Now, Chuck, we kicked it off with Snake Box on the Altar. Now, I like the bookends at the both ends of that track, but tell us a little bit, let's just refresh our audience's memory. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I got the bookend idea, funny enough, from Linda Ronstadt. I didn't get it from her directly, but she had this song, and I forget the name of the song, but it had this old Western song, traditional song, the start and back of it. She bookended her song with this piece of music. And I do remember the piece of music. It's called "I Ride an Old Paint," and she sings like 12 bars of that, and then her song starts, and then at the end, it kind of lulls into that old paint thing again, goes out, and I thought, man, that's just really clever. And when I wrote Snake Box, you know, when I first started performing it, before I ever recorded it, I was just singing Snake Box, and one night here at the house, and I was rehearsing it and figuring out tunings and all that stuff, and it dawned on me, I need to bookend this thing, and I didn't know what to bookend it with. And it just so happened earlier that day I'd seen the second Blues Brothers, and it starts out with John the Revelator by Son House, and I thought, that's it, you know. And I checked into it, and that's considered a traditional song, which is no copyright stuff involved. You can, you know, it's free game. And I took that little piece, a piece of that started that when I recorded it, and me and the producer got together and said, this is really neat how this rolls into this song. And I got a couple friends to come down and do kind of the backgrounds. There's a African American gentleman called Jody. Jody, gosh, I can't pull his last name up. He's this great big guy, wonderful man, wonderful, wonderful man, and has this big, big voice, you know. And I was lucky enough to have him on the track, and it just all kind of fell together. As far as the song goes, I got the song from several places. You know, inspiration's a weird thing. It really is. And you try to explain it to people, and I could never explain it. It just happens. And you know it when it happens. You better pay attention to it when it happens. And I was watching this thing called Hillbillies and Rum Runners, and they had a section in this documentary about Appalachian snake handlers. And I've been to Appalachian Snake Handler Church. I've seen it, you know. And I thought, man, I don't have one song in my catalog about Appalachian snake channeling churches. So I went in the dining room and sit down and wrote it, you know. That's how that come about. I wrote it in about 15 minutes. It just come quick, you know. I was real lucky with that. Whatever the music gods are, like Tom Petty said, it's like turning the dial on the radio when you're riding, you know, and then you know when you hit it, and then you gotta do it. Just don't think about it. And that's one of those songs that's like that. Just come.
You know, Chuck, I get that. I really, really do. What I don't get is actually going to church and having snakes. And yeah, no, it's not the kind of church that I would like.
I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't. First of all, I don't know what kind of rule, you know, what kind of spiritual things going on with anybody, but I don't need to pick up a snake to prove myself to my God. Now, that being said, I went with, one time when I was a kid, a guy named Kenny Green went with his grandparents to a church, and that's what they did. And that stuck with me, you know. And they don't care, it's not fake. They unlock the boxes and they pull them out, you know, run around with it.
Yeah. No, believe me, I'll find a safer religion rather than that one. I've got to be honest with you. Besides, I'm in it for the barbecue afterwards. You know what I mean? The family time. Believe me. And I don't know if you're a religious man or a heavily religious man, but believe me, I was talking to my pastor just a few days ago, and he was saying to me, Grant, it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. I went, yeah, absolutely, so I stole his bike.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll forgive.
You know, I'm spiritual. I wouldn't say I'm religious, but I'm spiritual because I pay attention to things. And as far as going, you know, attending a church, if that's their gig, God bless them.
Yeah.
You know, go for it. That ain't my thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely,
Yeah.
bro. I am right there with you. I've been spraying carabin cannons on. Look at what I got on. Yeah, absolutely, yes. Nice t-shirt. Yes, absolutely, bro. And even Ryan Neville likes your shirt as well. Yeah, literally.
Send him one.
Sorry? I'm sorry, Barbara was saying something. Now, at the same time, we are here for a purpose, and we're here to release 8 foot of water. Now, tell me about this track. I presume this is about the Katrina catastrophe, and, well, tell me what made you want to do a song like this?
Well, you know, my wife was born in New Orleans, and she didn't come here. She came to Charlotte when she was about 6 years old, but she's got family in New Orleans. And when me and her first got together, and this was probably 7 years after Katrina, maybe 8, I went to New Orleans for the first time. And driving through the parishes there, in the quarters, there's still houses there with big X's on them. You know, where they marked somebody was dead inside the house, they'd mark it a certain way. And it was more than a few, there's a lot still. And this was 7, 8 years after Katrina. And you could see the watermarks on the houses, you know, and it just affected me because, you know, I watched all that unfold, and it's what, 20 years now or something or better. I watched all that unfold on TV at the time, and all that horror those people went through. You know, the whole situation in the Astrodome, and us, when I say us, the government not flying in there to help those people. That's what they're there for. It took Jesse Jackson to gather up a bunch of buses and go in there and do that, way before FEMA come in there. And that embarrassed me for my country. I'm a veteran. I'm an Army veteran. I love my country. That embarrassed me. And I was embarrassed for my country because those people, good, bad, indifferent, thugs, hoodlums, Christians, everyday people all thrown in that one place. And no matter what your background was, you were hungry, you were filthy, and you didn't know when you were getting out of that situation. And the humanity of that really spoke to me. And I really wanted to write a song about New Orleans. And I wanted to use that E7 chord because I just think it dances, you know. And I did, and I had it put away. And then me and the guitar player in the band, Dale Meyer, and Tommy Coon, who's the bass player and the mandolin player in the band, went to Nashville to do something. Had some paperwork to do up there, meet with something. I remember. But we were in the hotel room, and I played him a couple songs, and that was one of them. And it lit Dale up. He said, man, we could do all kinds of stuff with that thing. And so did Tom. So Dale, you know, I wrote the words and the basic melody, but Dale really, he really took that thing to the woodshed and crafted it. So if you like it, and God bless you if you like that song, you should reach out to Dale Myers and tell him what a great job he did. Because he did all that slide work, he did arranging, the whole thing, man. And one quick story I want to tell you about that song. I'm being long-winded here, and I'm sorry. But we had a friend, a couple, that lost their son, who was 27, had a brain aneurysm and just went out. And they loved to come to our shows. And we were playing Katrina live. We hadn't recorded it. And they just fell in love with that song. And we did a benefit for their son right after he died. And he played this blue Stratocaster. And we brought it up on stage, and everybody looked at it. It was not a Strat. So when we went to record Katrina, I contacted Scotty, and I asked her, I said, can we use that guitar, that specific guitar, on this track? And she said, yeah. I said, well, I'd love to do it. And because they were really grieving. I mean, I'd never seen anybody grieve that hard, man. I wanted to give them, and Dale too, me and Dale would come up with this together. I wanted to give them a good memory, you know, of Scott, that they could at least have that in the midst of all that horror. And we did. We brought a film crew in there, and there's a video on YouTube called Katrina, Chuck Johnson, Charlie Horse. And they're at the studio while we're recording this, and there was a lot of tears, a lot of hugging, and that's my favorite memory about doing Barbed Wire, is that particular song.
Well, Chuck, I got to thank you for the backstory of that. Believe me, the full story, 1,137 requests so far for it, and still climbing. Believe me, we absolutely...
Great. Thank you.
We love it.
Thank you.
We really, really do. So, without further ado, and we're going to release this to the world officially now, here is Chuck Johnson and Charlie Horse, 8 Foot of Water.
Down in New Orleans, on a big freight train, rolling town.
How you feeling, Chuck? You okay?
Yeah, man.
Nice, nice.
Hey, Ryan, do you want to be hooked up with Chuck?
There's a good
because
question.
You're both blues. Do you want to be hooked up with Chuck?
Well, why not hook him up with Terry Van Cannon? He might be able to get a
That's what I
t-shirt.
mean. No, not that. Anyway, we'll talk about it after.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like this song.
Yeah, I do
Yeah, it's
too.
a great
I
track.
really do. And it seems like he's making a connection with our audience as well. And believe me, we thank you for that, because Chuck is an absolutely superb artist and a good friend of Galaxy. So hopefully he's going to supply us with some more new music in the future. You never know.
Yes,
I'll ask him for you. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What's the temperature there, my friend?
Oh, dude, it's so beautiful. It got to about 77 today. Sunny skies.
Okay.
Great day for football.
Yeah, I bet. It's currently 61 here. We're expecting
So you
67.
guys are going into summer, and we're going into winter, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, absolutely. But I tell you what, I think it's going to get a lot hotter than that. I reckon we're up around the mid-70s, 23 degrees
I win
Celsius.
so far.
Yeah, I reckon we'll be up around the mid-70s. You have won so far, but there's still plenty of day to go.
No, it's just gone back.
We'll give you credit right now. You're the winner.
Rightio.
Okay? Believe me. That wasn't me.
Yay,
It was not me.
everyone. Hello.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there's Charlie Horse.
There's Chuck in the background.
Charlie.
Over there. Oh, see?
Here, look, there.
Michael King is back again. Nice to have Michael on board again. And
Where are you from, Michael?
yeah, where are you from, Michael?
Yeah, where are you up to? Are you
believe
an
me.
artist?
Let us know.
Yeah.
You never know. Oh,
Oh, so
that
Chuck's
was
still
Chuck
there.
that's making that sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had an IT guy go, what was that?
I like his shirts and his wardrobe. Look.
I like the picture of the Beatles in the background.
Where? Where are they?
There.
Oh yeah. There you go.
See?
Oh yeah. And I like this
Abbey
too.
Road, if I remember. That is Abbey Road, isn't it? The picture of the Beatles in the background, Chuck.
Hello.
Chuck. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay. The picture of the Beatles in the background, that's Abbey Road, isn't it?
it's Abbey Road.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll see something cool?
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
What's this?
We're always into cool. Undies.
I'm going to flip this around.
Okay.
I'll show you.
I hope you got pants on, bro.
See that?
What are we looking at?
The guitar?
See that?
The
What are we
guitar?
looking at? Which
Yeah,
one?
that's a John Lennon replica.
Oh,
Nice.
okay, the guitar.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's only 800 of them. I got one.
Wow.
Oh,
Cool.
better go.
Galaxy.
Yeah, alright, almost caught out that time. Too busy watching Chuck and his guitars. Absolutely love it. He's got a John Lennon replica, only 800 of them in the world, and he's got one. I love that, really, really do. Now, Chuck, unfortunately we're going to have to motor along. We've got another interview in about 5 minutes' time. But will you be putting out any new music in the near future? Can we do this again?
We're waiting on the mastering of this next record. And as soon as that's done, I'm going to release it.
Very cool. So I'll expect to be able to catch up with you in the near future, and
Sure.
we'll be talking
You
about
gotta
that.
be the first ones to get a copy.
Thank you very much. Say hi to the good, lovely lady, and congratulate her for, well, surviving another anniversary at least.
Right.
Okay? And
Right.
Donnie Coulter's online again. Donnie, right at the very end, tell you what, very, very shortly we're heading over to British Columbia to catch up with a band called Moving Lines. Check in very, very shortly.
Yeah,
Okay, Donnie? But in the meantime, folks, thank you for joining us. If you're going to watch it a little later on over there on YouTube, you know what to do. Yeah, no, you do. Sub, thumb, bell. Bingo. Bell notifications when we have important people like Chuck Johnson and Charlie Horse, and yes, of course, Moving Lines coming out of British Columbia. Have a very happy and successful day. Catch you soon. Bye-bye. But in the meantime, Chuck, don't go anywhere just yet, because we'll do a couple of pickies, okay?
Okay.
And in the meantime, folks, let's go over to the other studio. You're right here at Galaxy.
Galaxy.